Hello students, today I am going to discuss with you an important article in The Hindu with respect to the elderly population. Just I am giving you the crux of the article and then I will discuss with you about the problems being faced by the elderly and what is the intervention of the government in the geriatric sector. So now the very first thing, if I will have to talk about the crux of the article, then there is a rising elderly population. So how we can say we will have to substantiate it? Then according to Indian Aging Report, the share of elderly in the total population is going to reach 19% by 2050. However, the article today says that this 19% we will reach by 2036 as per national population. Okay. Now, National Population Commission. Now, the rising elderly population will have a different impacts like financial impact, emotional impact, and because of the rising nuclearization of the family, because of the globalizing force, what we have observed that the share of elderly is increasing in the rural area, and 71% of the elderly lives in rural areas and they are living alone. And there has been a report based on the survey of Tamil Nadu government with Latif Zameen Poverty Index, and this report says that most of the elderly in Tamil Nadu are in depression. However, the loneliness is one of the impact of elderly, but there are different problems. For example, rising poverty amongst them, and the problem is more with the elderly women who is widowed, and their share is also rising, and therefore a new concept is feminization of elderly. And it is being observed that in the next 15 to 20 years, there will be 1031 women per 1000 elderly men in India. And with respect to the poverty related aspects, government is focusing upon the cash transfer. Though what I suppose that the cash transfer is not a panacea to check the emotional distress, but we will have to do something for them. If you cannot check the emotional distress, at least you can check the financial stress, and for that we have the provision of cash transfer through National Social Assistance Program. And this program is very important because it gives 200 rupees to women and 300 rupees to widowed women. However, this number varies from state to state, and also the percentage of the elderly person, that is elderly man or elderly women, varies from state to state. In southern states, you will find that approximately 70 to 75% of elderly are covered under social security scheme. But the major problem what has been observed in this survey in the Tamil Nadu, that it is not necessary that the women in the well-off household does not have any problem. Even the women who is living with or who is from the better background is facing the emotional stress, is facing the financial problem, because her child is not giving her money, her child is not giving or respecting to his parents. So the problem is not about the BPL elderly. The problem is also about the elderly who are above the poverty line, but they are excluded from National Social Assistance Program. And therefore, this article makes a case for them, that is to include them under the National Social Assistance Program. But if I ask you one of the important questions, that what are the different government interventions with respect to elderly population, then you can simply give the answer to this question that there is a national policy on older person, and as per this policy, whatever schemes you are looking into comes under this policy. Whatever act which you know comes under this particular policy, that is Maintenance Act 2007, then Integrated Program for the Health of Elderly Person, then this is National Social Assistance Program. So basically these are the three different interventions that the government is doing under the national policy on voluntary sector for them. But the problem is that the geriatric healthcare services, here we are lacking. However, with respect to the emotional loss, the government can do, or you can say there is a limitation on the part of the government to fill the emotional distress. But what we can do, that at least we can provide them a better health services. And therefore you will see UPSC has asked a question on this particular aspect, that is, in order to enhance the prospect of social development, sound and adequate policies are needed in the field of geriatric and maternal health care. So you can understand the importance of the geriatric health care, and UPSC has shifted its way of asking question, that is from traditional way of asking question from women and child, that they are moving towards the another sections of the society, that is elderly. So this is all about the today's editorial. I hope you have understood that what is the crux in this particular editorial. Thanks a lot.